Hi, I'm Bill Lawrence, and I listen to Fish Nerds podcast. It's always interesting, unusual, funny. Just take this. This is why I fight fire.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Clay. And anything is fair game. It's a good bet that our podcast will get interrupted a lot during the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo today. We're in Salem today.
We are in beautiful Salem, New Hampshire.
Right, home of the witches. No.
No, that's
Salem, Mass.
Salem, Massachusetts.
You know, the interesting thing, Dave, is New England is the most uninteresting place when it comes in terms of naming towns.
Really? Why would you say that?
Because no matter what state you're in, the town names repeat over and over again. You know, Salem in New Hampshire, Salem, Massachusetts, Manchester, New Hampshire, and they all hearken from the English towns.
That's true. And
Hearken, is that a word?
Yeah, hearken is a word.
Okay, good.
I think it's actually Old English.
Did I use it?
Hearken.
Hearken.
Verily. And the other thing is, like, no one can pronounce the names of the towns.
Right, like Worcester.
Right. And my GPS on the way here said, take exit to Methuen.
Ooh, Methuen.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, cool.
Methuen.
Methuen.
Yeah. The meth capital of the world.
Everyone knows this, and having been there, I will support that. Yeah. But if you live in Methuen, it's Methuen.
Methuen.
Methuen. Yeah.
Methuen.
Yeah. So anyway, what are we doing, Dave?
We are here at our choice spot, and Rob Fry, who runs the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo, has done an excellent job for decades.
15 years, Dave.
Yeah,
That's a decade and a half. Hey, there's Rob right there.
How's it going,
Hey, Rob,
sir?
we're actually recording right now, and we just were talking about you. So you can talk into that microphone right
Oh, that's
there.
awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Guys, it's great having you guys here. We're looking forward to a great show here in 2016. You know, this is our 15th annual show, so, you know, we must be doing something right because it's, as you can see, it's packed. They're lined out at the door. We're loving it.
They're climbing over our booth.
All right.
So
Well,
thanks.
you guys have a good time.
Yeah.
You're
have
doing
fun.
a great job.
Enjoy
Have a good
yourself.
one. Yeah.
That worked great.
Yes, and then I can turn it down, too.
Sweet. We got new microphones, so we're test driving them today. Cool that we were talking about Rob as he walked by. Did you plan that?
I did. See, you don't know all the stuff I do for this show. I plan lots of stuff that you don't know about.
We're promoters.
Yes, we are
This
promoters.
is like cattle behind us.
It is. Here, let me sort of hear the gates. They're coming in. So yeah, lots of people out around.
Yeah, and we'll click this on throughout the day and do some bits and see what happens.
There you go. We're here with Captain Sean Tibbetts of Maine Tuna Fishing. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How's the season been?
Good.
Good? Yeah?
Good. It's a little cold now.
What was the biggest fish that came in this year on your
The
boat?
big thresher.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long?
15 feet, 11 inches, 622 pounds.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Worst part about that is its mouth is no bigger than your head.
Really? They're
Yeah.
that small like that?
Threshers have huge body, tiny head.
Wow, that's
Tiny
weird.
mouth.
And I would think it'd be dangerous because they must whip that tail around like crazy.
Well, you've been on the boat.
I've been on the boat. It's scary as hell is what it is.
When we got him up the side of the boat, he broke one of the lights off the roof with his tail, broke out one of the pieces of glass, and tried to take Robbie's head off. All with his tail. His tail was over just shy of 8 feet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 8 feet. Jesus Christ. That is
Yeah.
unbelievable. Wow.
But there's a picture of me standing next to it. And of course, you know, my photography skills are so great that nobody can tell what it is. It's just one blur. But there's a picture of me standing next to that shark as we're pulling it out of the water in Camp Ellis. And I'm standing in front of the shark, and the shark is wider than I am.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
There's a lot of meat there.
Yeah, and was your client, what was your client's story? Where did they come from?
We were fishing. It was me and my mate were fishing that day.
Oh, it wasn't. It was just you guys fishing.
We were pre-fishing for a tournament.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. Hey, one of the things we're asking people, yeah, there you go. One of the things we're asking people is what is it like to have to like make a living at fishing?
Well, it's working a full-time job so that you can support your other full-time job.
What's your other stuff you do?
I say fuck a lot.
Yeah, I know. You get good money for that. You must be making millions on that.
I drive truck.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Very
it
good.
works out real good with my schedule.
Yeah.
Almost unlimited overtime in the winter, and I work a couple of nights in the week,
Yeah.
a couple of nights during the week in the summer, just to keep my spot.
And would you advise people to get into this field? Like, if they've always wanted to do it, should they just suck it up and do it?
You do it because you love it. The financial gains are not there. It used to be lucrative when we could make money tuna fishing on the side. You take your clients, you make your money on tuna fishing on the side. Clients pay for the boat, pay your expenses for the year, and then the tuna fish profit. But with the money in tuna fishing lately, it just hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah.
You're either doing it because you love it, or you're doing it to support your habit.
Yeah, it sounds like a farmer. That's
Pretty
how
much.
farmers usually do
Except
it.
farmers
too.
get subsidies.
They do. Yeah. Well, fishermen. You don't with being a charter guy.
No.
But-
we get limited help on the commercial side.
Yeah.
But it's very limited. It's basically taxes, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you're a fixture in the Northeast. I would hate to lose you culturally, because who would be cursing all the time?
There's plenty of guys that would curse.
Plenty of guys.
I've heard Clay curse.
He rarely does, yeah, but he will.
Words
curse.
like poop.
Only when I can't go to the bathroom.
Right, and he blushes.
We've
So.
never told that story.
Now,
Oh, we've never told that story?
about him never being able to go pee
Well,
off
we
the
should
boat?
tell that story.
All right, yeah. So we were out shark fishing
For multiple hours.
multiple hours.
So,
17 hours.
so like
17
normal
hours.
people have to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
It just happens. And, you would think on a boat full of men,
And there was a woman.
anyways, you would think that on a boat full of men, you would be able to just hang it over the side and do your thing.
Let me ask you a question, Sean. You go into a restroom, and it's a men's restroom, and there's urinal,
Oh.
urinal,
Yeah.
and there's one guy. Where do you go?
Right next to him, so you get somebody to talk to.
Yeah,
See,
that's-
you're.
That's I can't do that.
I don't know what to
I
tell
can
you.
barely be in the same room.
I know. So you're a urinal talker. You will actually strike up conversations.
No, I get in there and do my thing and I get out.
Yeah, but you just said, so you have somebody to talk to.
You keep company.
Well, that's just because I know Clay can't even think about it.
So just to kind of tell the story,
Right.
we were fishing for like 700 hours in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I got to pee like you wouldn't believe, and I asked Sean where to pee. What'd you say?
Right over the side.
Right over the side. So I get to the edge of the boat. I'm like, all right, I really got to go. It's going to happen today. And I know about myself. I know I can't pee under pressure. And then so I'm standing at the edge of the boat, and you guys are like, at first we're cool. You didn't say a word. And I'm like, I stood there for like 5 minutes.
We're just all being quiet.
Yeah, and I'm just standing there, and then suddenly, was it Megan or you or somebody said something. And I'm like, that's it, I can't go. And I packed it all up, and I went fishing some more. Another hour goes by. I walked to the edge of the boat, tried again. And then this time you guys are not
I think
being
I tried
kind.
to rub your back that time.
We tried something, but it was terrible. It was awful. And no matter what, I thought I was going to die. I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then your mate went down and peed in a bucket in the galley.
And you were like, wait, that's
I'm
an
like,
option?
you didn't tell me I could do that.
Oh, you can.
I did. Eventually I did, but I can't pee under pressure.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
Yeah, and some people are very comfortable around urinals and stuff. I knew a guy that once he came up next to me talking, eating a banana.
Oh! I can see eating like fried chicken or something, but a banana,
Clay, they make books about it.
do they?
They do.
Like how to pee in public?
Everybody poops.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, don't even start that. I would have been in big trouble. That was a problem. Hold on.
Everybody poops.
Yeah.
Sean?
Elephants poop.
It's true. Yeah, they just do it on the deck and you
They
watch
just,
it off, right?
just go.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah, very good.
Well, I was fishing with Tim Moore, and I had to pee in the kayaks. And he says, just scoot forward and pee on the deck, and then just wash water over the deck. Oh, I couldn't do it. Still couldn't do it.
That is pretty tricky, though. I
And
mean,
he
in
says
a
he has
kayak.
female clients who do that, and I'm like, I'm sitting in the seat.
Wait
wrong.
a minute.
You obviously have never been duck hunting in Maine in January.
I could be in the woods. I just get a couple trees between me and somebody, I'm fine.
Yeah, but it's just the...
You need trees on your boat.
I'll sign up for a bigger boat just so we can plant a tree for you.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Does your boat have a head? You still have the same boat?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a head.
No?
It's
Bucket?
just not, Clay's not allowed to use it.
They didn't want to clean it out
Oh,
after.
we have a flush toilet.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
That's important information.
Oh, it's a ladies' room, Clay.
Well, it's funny, my wife...
It's a ladies' room.
When you took Kristen, my wife, and my kids fishing,
Yeah.
I told them all to go to the bathroom before getting on the boat because there was no option but peeing over the side.
Nice.
We have a flush toilet, Clay. We're civilized.
Wow.
I was on your boat.
There's a flush toilet.
Yeah, I don't know about civilized, but we were on your
You
boat.
don't... When he fished with Kristen and my girls...
Yeah.
Completely pleasant,
Really?
kind, warm, generous, everything you'd want from a skipper.
Man, you're a little schizophrenic then.
Perfect.
I read the crowd.
Yeah. Why would you let me go to the bathroom?
I read.
You don't read it that well, obviously.
I read it phenomenally because you were uncomfortable and everybody else was having a great time at your expense.
That's true. That's a fair point.
It's all about the odds. It's all about the odds. You know, one guy's uncomfortable, but the other 6 are happy. We're golden.
That's a win, right?
That's 6 happy clients and 1 client that's crying because he has to pee.
I didn't cry much.
Yeah, you did.
Much. He was fine, though. He was fine.
All right, well, I'm glad we finally told the story. We've been holding that for 2 years.
Yeah.
I wish we had video footage.
I'm glad we had the equipment.
Because you were shaking.
No, I was...
You were at the back of the boat shaking.
Fish in the news.
I love Fish in the News.
I do, too.
It's awesome.
Today we're doing Fish in the News live from the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
rowdy here today.
it is. You're going to hear money falling and shaking all over the place.
We show our Dave shaking his moneymaker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about a story that appeared on the Washington Post.
That makes it real news, Dave.
It is real news. And it's in the Speaking of Science section.
Ooh.
The title reads, How Roman Toilets and Fish Sauce May Have Helped Spread Parasites Across Europe.
I just love stories about toilets.
Well, according to the story, when the Roman Empire spread across Europe 2,000 years ago, it brought some of the first real sanitation efforts with it. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Oh, really?
There are little aqueducts and stuff.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Romanization, as it's called.
Right. Before that, people just pooped in the road.
They did.
Yeah. There was all kinds of songs about it.
Pooping in the road,
Yeah.
pooping in the road. Romanization meant bathing, using toilets, and keeping feces out of the streets.
So, like, the new generation of Romans, the parents didn't like their kids. Oh, they're so Romanized. You know, when I was a kid, we didn't wash. We didn't put our poop in an aqueduct. We dumped it in the road where it was belonged, and we were happy that way.
I like the good old days. According to the study, though, published...
E poopibus urnum.
According to a study published Thursday in the Journal of Parasitology, Roman toilets and rotting fish sauce may have actually made parasites more prolific across Europe.
Oh, wait, I'm trying to put the two together. Did the fish sauce get consumed first before getting added to the aqueduct system, or did they get put in afterwards?
Well, I'm hoping the story gets to how the researchers figured out that fish sauce was going to be an issue in the whole mix.
Fish sauce is usually an issue.
Fish sauce is usually an issue.
Hey, why not fishing's here?
Why not
Not
fishing
interrupting
here?
our. Hey,
Can we come back in 2 seconds?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, cool.
Back in 2 seconds.
All
Excellent.
right. As
Good.
promised, we were interrupted
right, good.
during the show. Like, did we open with that?
We did over that. It said it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
One of Rome's gifts to its burgeoning empire, according to the story, was almost certainly bad for health. It was garum.
Garum.
A sauce
Yes.
made
Yes, my precious.
from rotten
Sauce,
raw
delicious
fish.
Sauce. Yes.
Garum.
Garum. Yes.
The research suggests that this popular condiment may have helped spread fish tapeworms across Europe.
You know what the nice thing about that is when Roman brought fashion to Europe, they also brought with them nice thin physiques. with their tapeworm.
That's right. According to the article, quote, it wasn't cooked, garum, and it was put out in the sun to ferment.
Yes, garum like suntans. Yes.
And this was put into jars and sealed up and taken right across the empire.
You know, my Uncle Ronnie makes that for fishing bait. Like
Really?
Stink bait, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Garum?
Yeah, he doesn't call it that.
Oh, right. It said the tapeworms went with the garum from northern Europe, could be taken to places where they weren't usually endemic.
Endemic.
So you could say Roman condiments spread tapeworms across.
Excellent.
Europe.
You know, it's funny. It doesn't sound like a very good condiment.
It doesn't.
Unless every other piece of food was so terrible that rotted fish sauce made it better. Like, imagine how bad does your food have to be that fermented fish sauce has to be what you add to it to make it better.
That is pretty god-awful stuff.
It's terrible.
Yeah, the garum, I think that probably was the fall of the Roman Empire.
It would be my fall as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I imagine after eating that, you really fill those aqueducts. Yeah. Yes, garum, fill the aqueduct. So we're Clay and Dave from the Fish Nerds.
Oh my gosh, of course you are. That's
Hi, how are you? What's your name?
John McGee.
John McGee from
Yeah.
New Hampshire Fishing Game. John, we're going around quickly to the booths at Opie for Opie today, and we're asking one rapid-fire question. The question is, what's the biggest secret in fishing? Go.
That I know where to go and you don't. It's good to see you guys around because I've seen you on Facebook and a couple stories, I guess, in the news media, and it's great. And you guys, I mean, I remember you guys were even being so careful about not like trying to catch bridle shiners and stuff like that because they're threatening and eat one of those. I was like, oh wow, these guys. It's not like some kind of gimmick. They're actually trying to bring awareness and have fun and all that stuff. So
we are nerds.
Yeah, that's good. Wear that badge proudly.
Well, it's funny because
Jim Igliozzi.
Jim from Rocky Ledge Lures, right?
Rocky Ledge Tackle, Lures.
Rocky Ledge Tackle.
Watch what everybody else is doing.
And is everybody else buying Rocky Ledge lures?
Absolutely.
Yeah, very good.
TomSazLures.com. Be smarter than the fish.
Good. There's Gary LaFoe. Let's get him. All right, so we're with Gary LaFoe from New Hampshire Guide Service. How's it going?
It's going great today. Putting your line in the water, I guess.
Good answer. Good answer.
Oh, what's up, Fish Nerds?
All right, we're here with Dan from Yellow Man. From Yellow Man's Fishing Equipment. What's your website?
I actually don't
What's your
have
Facebook
one.
page?
I have a Facebook. It's Yellow Man's Fishing Equipment. And I've got all the stuff that I offer here.
All right, you're talking too much. Now, we're going wrap.
Number one secret in fishing is all about the spot.
All about the spot. All right, good.
G-spot.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. It was Mike from Born to Fish. Mike, what's the number one secret in fishing?
Attitude.
Find the fish.
Perfect.
That's all we need.
Thanks. This is Brian Mayo from Mayo's Hand-Poured Baits. What's your website first?
Mailsbaits.com.
Clever. And number one secret in fishing. Go.
I would say take your time in fishing, fish slow, have the confidence in the bait that you're throwing.
Daddy Mac Lures with Jack and Dennis. Jack and I can't do this. Jack and Dennis.
Oh, Daddy Mac.
Daddy Mac himself. Flippers for hands, Daddy Mac himself. We're asking one question. The one question we're asking is the number one. Tell us the number one secret in fishing. Go.
Number one secret of fishing is just know your location, where you want to fish, where the best area is. Don't waste your time out there just looking for them. Talk to your friends, talk to the people out there, and use them all the time because they know best of all. They've been out there every day.
So this is Max Traps. What's the website?
It's www.maxtraps.com.
Clever.
Know where to fish.
Thank you so much. Everyone's saying that. Hi, Sonny. How are you?
Oh, I'm just
Sonny,
fine.
I'm Clay.
Hi, Clay.
This is Dave.
Hello, Dave. How are
We're the
you?
Fish Nerds, and you are with Cinch Tie.
Yes.
Right?
My husband.
Good. So we're going to ask you a question.
Oh, good.
We're going to all the vendors this morning. Whoever's here is who we get to ask the question.
Oh, wow.
We want to know, what is the number one secret in fishing?
Number one secret in fishing. Well, to get a lake that has a lot of good fish in it. We just, my husband, he loves to fly fish. And, because we sell flies. So make sure you have flies for the proper seasons where you're fishing. And then just hope for Good luck.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
I like the hope a lot. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Hi, Plum Island Surfcasters. How are you? I'm Clay.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name's Clay.
No.
Come on.
I love you.
Time on the water. Time on the water.
Perfect.
You got to put in your hours or.
And who are you?
I'm Kevin Henrich. I'm former president of the Surfcasters.
Oh, cool.
Life member. So.
Good to meet you. Thank you. And we're walking around the expo this morning asking one question to people. First of all, Steve, you were from Long Lake Camps. Do you have a website?
Yes, it's longlakecamps.com.
Good. And the one question we're asking everybody, what's the number one secret in fishing?
Number one secret in fishing? Well, a lot of people say it's patience, but I think it's flexibility, being willing to try different things, different lures for different situations.
Oh. Hey, Josh, I'm Clay.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
That's Dave.
Hey. How you doing?
We do a weekly podcast called The Fish Nerds. Asking the question. We're asking everybody the same question. Number one secret in fishing. Go.
Got to have more drive than the next guy.
Persistence.
This is mychamplain.net, and we're talking to Eric. Eric, so number one secret in fishing?
Clean, healthy water that's full of fish.
I thought you were going to say don't fish with
I was thinking about that, but...
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
All right. We're gonna
we know this guy.
We do know this guy.
We got you guys last year.
Yeah. How are you?
Captain Robbie. How you doing? I'm Clay.
How you doing, Clay?
You know Dave.
Hey, how are you?
So Captain Robbie is with Seduced. We talked to you last year.
Yep, you did.
So we're going around this morning asking one question, everybody. Number one secret in fishing.
I'll tell you the number
shirt
one.
off.
Yeah, that's right, because I'm going to show you.
Pretty topless.
The
That's
number
what he's gonna say.
number one secret in fishing. Fish where the fish are.
All right, perfect.
And the fish are all around Cape Cod.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Red River Camps. I know, but I've been saying this all morning like this. Is your website
Yes, it is.
redrivercamps.com? Thank you for doing this. Frank is not helpful. We're going around asking one question to everybody.
I heard it and I have no idea.
That's useless. Frank.
I know.
We're done with you now. Frank, what's the number one secret in fishing?
Have your lines in the water.
Line in the water. Perfect.
John Bergeron.
John Bergeron.
CleanRiverProject.org.
Good.
That's Rocky Morrison over there. He's the one that started the whole thing.
Cool. Well, then maybe Rocky should answer this question. Rocky, come here, please. Yeah. So, Rocky, we're the Fish Nerds. I'm Clay.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah. That's Dave.
Facebook page?
Yeah. I might give you the finger, but we're asking everyone one question. What's the number one secret in angling?
Excuse me?
The number one secret in angling.
Fishing.
I got no idea. I love fishing for cars, tires, and trash.
Perfect. Well, what's your secret?
Look real careful.
Excellent. That's probably the better.
And don't get cut doing it.
Don't get cut.
Yeah.
Don't get hurt, son.
Don't get hurt, yeah.
Persistence.
Persistence. Mealtime jigs.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good.
I'm Clay.
Hi, Clay. I'm Bob.
Bob, that's Dave.
Hi, Dave.
You're with Mealtime Jigs and Beans Buddies, right?
Yep, that's what they call me, Beans.
We're walking around the expo this morning before opening, and we're asking one question to all the vendors. What is the number one secret in fishing?
Confidence.
Confidence. Good.
And he said that with confidence.
He did. He knew. Oops. Kentucket River Canoe. We know these guys.
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm Clay. This is Dave.
Hi.
You're Mike.
Yes.
Mike with Kentucket River Canoe LLC, right?
Correct.
We're the Fish Nerds, and we're walking around asking vendors one question this morning. You don't have to get up. It's cool. What's the number one secret in fishing?
Catching fish.
Catch the fish.
You got me. I'm not a fisherman, so.
You're selling fishing kayaks.
I know. Ironic, isn't it?
We're hanging out with Chris here at NewHampshireOutdoorLearning.com at the Fishing and Hunting Expo. We're going around to all the vendors asking one question. You better get this right. Dad can't help. What's the number one secret in fishing?
I would say knowing the right location.
Good answer. Nice job. You get to stay working here and stay part of the family. Marla, I'm Clay.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. That's Dave.
Hi, Dave.
And you're
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, we're the fish nerds.
Okay.
We do a little fishing show.
Okay.
And we're going to the vendors this morning, and we're asking, what is the number one secret in fishing?
Get out there and wet a line.
Wet a line.
Because you don't learn anything unless you get out there and wet a line. And read my book. If you read my book and then get out there and wet a line, you're good.
You have a book. Tell us quick.
It's called Positive Fly Fishing. It teaches you all the basics of fly fishing. It's in my voice. It's got a lot of humor. It's about a 4-hour read in the bathroom.
Perfect. That's where I do most of my reading.
Yeah.
Me too.
They can find that at marlablair.com. Is that correct?
They can find it at marlablair.com. They can go on Amazon. They can go on Kindle.
Patience.
Patience.
Put your time in and learn all your spots. Take your time. You're never gonna, if you think you're just gonna go out there and start catching fish right off the bat, especially saltwater. It takes time to learn spots. Even if you have a boat or any of that stuff, you got to put your time in and take your time and be patient, and eventually you'll know what you're doing.
All right, we're pushing against the clock here. Hi, Chuck. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You know us.
Oh, yes.
This
Oh,
is
yes,
Chuck
I
from
do.
Grizz Baits, and it's grizzbaits.net. Chuck, we're asking one question today. Number one secret in fishing.
Number one secret in fishing? Shallow water. Skinny waters, big fish.
Skinny water. Good. Hi, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. This is Steve from Fishing Magician, fishingmagicianlures.com.
Patience.
Patience. I think that has been the number one.
Yeah, most common answer we've gotten.
Yeah.
So good.
And have fun, too.
No one said that but you.
Really?
No. All right. Let's ask the first person in line. Hi there. What's your name?
Kyle.
Kyle. Hi, Kyle. I'm Clay.
Good to meet you.
This is Dave. We're the Fish Nerds. You're the first person in line today.
Yep.
So we're going to ask you the question we've asked every fishing vendor in the building. And we think since you're the first one here, it makes you a true nerd, right? What's the number one secret in fishing?
What's the number one secret in fishing?
Yeah.
Knowing your spots.
Knowing your spots.
Yeah.
What's number two secret in fishing? I'm bored of that answer.
Knowing the right bait.
Knowing the right bait.
Oh, yeah.
Give him this. Number three secret in fishing.
I'd say having a plan and sticking to it.
Have a plan, sticking to it. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Stump the Fish Nerd.
It's been a long time, Dave.
It has, and I realize I don't actually say it, Stump the Fish Nerds. It's just Stump the Fish Nerds.
I think you do say it that way.
No, I don't. It's Fish in the News.
Oh, okay. But so Stump the Fish Nerds is our segment we do on occasion when people call our phone number, 607-378-3474. So if you have a fishy question, anything fish related, please give us a call and ask us, and we will tell you your answer. It can even be trivia.
It is. And what's nice is, technology is wonderful. We're here at the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo. And we checked our Facebook page, and an old friend said, check Stump the Fish Nerds. I think I got you at this time. So we're sitting here in the middle of thousands of people, and we can play the message. And here it goes.
Hello, this is Barry Singer, your old friend, the fish fanatic from Pennsylvania. And here's my Stump the Fish Nerds question. What is the most famous Pulitzer Prize winning novel about fishing? Who wrote it? What species of fish was it about? If you get all that correct, in what waters does it take place? Love the show. Keep up the good work, guys. Bye.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah. So my first instinct on this, which I knew was wrong because it wouldn't be this easy. What do you think my first guess was going to be?
Well, I know because you told me.
Well, my first guess was not going to be the right answer.
Right. No, you immediately said a river runs through it.
Right. And then I thought, you know what? They made a movie about that. That can't possibly be it, right? Because Barry wouldn't make it that easy for us.
No, he wouldn't.
So then I started thinking back to high school, and I also looked it up.
Right. You Googled it, but I actually had it in my head.
That's my soda.
That's your soda. I'm sorry.
Dave's next. Dave just tried to drink my soda.
Anyway,
that's akin to leaning over for a kiss, which is weird.
It's been so long. I immediately thought Old Man in the Sea.
Right. And that would be correct.
Yeah, it turned out that would be correct. Now, all those other things, I'm not sure. So I did not Google. I didn't use the Google machine. But Hemingway.
Yeah. Did you read it?
I don't think I did.
So I read it in freshman year in summer school. I was the kid who couldn't pass freshman year of high school and had to go to summer school.
Nice.
And we read it then.
Mm-hmm.
I remember taking my test. I made my cheat sheet, and I put it inside my 80s sunglasses in the lenses. I had my cheat sheet in there on my desk with the answers. So you would think the fact that I read it and made cheat sheets, I'd be able to answer the other parts of the question.
But you don't have your glasses.
So, yeah. So the question was, what fish was it focused on, right?
Right.
What fish do you think?
Well, that's a little tricky in that he hauls it up. I remember he ties it up to the side of the boat, and I thought it was a giant swordfish.
That's what I feel like it was, too.
Yeah. But then, isn't he kind of haunted by sharks that eat the...
Right, so he's dragging the fish in, sharks taking bites out of it on the way in. Yep.
So is it about a swordfish or is it about sharks?
Well, the fish he caught
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Swordfish.
Yeah.
So then you want to know what waters was it in?
Well, Hemingway, I get the impression, loved like Florida and the Florida Keys.
Because he was an old man.
He was old.
That's where, if we know anything about old people, they love Florida.
They love Florida. I would guess it's in Florida, although I don't know how prolific swordfish are there.
I don't either.
So I guess if I was pressed, I would say New England because it's an old story,
Right.
and swordfish are certainly up here in New England. I'm going to say New England, like the Gulf of Maine.
Right. Well, remember, he went 84 days without catching a fish, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Where can you else get fish? I don't know. I'm actually looking at Wikipedia.
I know
right
you
now.
are. I know. I can see
because
you
I
do
don't
it.
know the answer. I'm trying to find out. It's a marlin. We got that right.
Oh no, we didn't get it right.
Oh,
we said swordfish.
Isn't that swordfish and a marlin?
No. Different fish.
I thought they were the same thing.
No, it must be like a blue marlin or something.
Oh, gosh.
Damn. All right, well, then I changed my answer. Because if it's a blue marlin or a black marlin or something like that, I would have to say Florida for sure. Florida Keys.
Yeah, that'd be my guess, and I don't see the answer here. So, because I don't want to read while I'm talking.
Gulf of Mexico,
I would say it was in the Pacific somewhere.
But
you think
what the in the Pacific?
No, the Atlantic. I got my oceans mixed up. I'm distracted. We're at this thing, and people are like, people don't talk to us for like 15 minutes, and then we turn the microphone on, and people walk up to our table and start touching our stuff, and I find it very distracting.
Yes, I know it is weird how that works.
Yeah.
But so Barry, I hope we've come anywhere near the answer to the Stump the Fish Nerds.
Right. And we appreciate the call. I mean, it's nice to be thought of.
And nice to hear your voice, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And Barry is an excellent artist.
Mm-hmm.
My office is covered in his artwork. He did a whole series of pencil drawings of famous artwork with fish.
Right. I think you can find his work at Barry Singer Art.
Yeah. My favorite is the Minnow Lisa. So...
That's a good one. Yeah, and you'll see occasionally on our Facebook page, we'll use Barry's art as our header photo and stuff.
Yeah. So thanks, Barry, and we think that's mostly the answer to Stump the Fish Nerds.
Yeah, feel free to call back with corrections, and if you have your own Fish Nerds Stumpy question, call 607-378-FISH and leave your question there. And again, trivia is fine, but we will probably look up the answer. So, all right.
Fish in the news.
Did that echo, or did I imagine that?
You imagined that.
Oh, I love fish in the news.
This comes from Tyler Tashida, who has a blog that talks about all cool things bloggy and techie. So this is a shout out to our millennial listeners.
Sweet.
Today's
old people can make blogs too. You and I did a blog for quite a long time.
Oh, and it was highly successful.
Right.
Today's apps gone free is what it says.
All right.
So these are apps that are now free. And the big one that made it onto the Fish in the News story is Fishing with Grandpa.
That's an app?
Yes.
So does it like you're fishing and it sits in your back pocket and it goes, shut up, you're going to scare the fish.
Oh, my hernia is acting up.
Make yourself useful.
So they used to call it, they used to charge $3.
There's a storm coming, I can feel it in my bones.
And now they call it for free. They give it for free. So,
What do you mean I can't use lead? I can't afford to buy new lures.
I used to bite the lead sinkers onto the lines. It never hurt me none.
When I was a kid and had all my teeth.
I used to bite lead.
I eat lead for breakfast.
Yeah. All right. So Fishing with Grandpa, your little ones, this is the promos for it. Your little ones get to head out on a fishing adventure with Grandpa with this educational app. It's designed for children ages 3 through 6. Fishing with Grandpa is loaded with activities for your little ones to enjoy. Once they set out on their adventure, they'll get to play underwater games, choose a lure, cast a line, and hook and reel in a fish.
All on Fishing with Grandpa, the app.
The app.
So what's the grandpa part?
Grandpa will guide them along the way.
Oh, that's the part we were working on.
So you can just hand off your iDevice and let your children enjoy. The app includes 7 educational mini games, 6 instructional videos, and loads of positive reinforcement.
Wow, that's amazing to me because more and more I'm realizing that maybe I don't want to be around kids so much. Maybe I need to have a Fishing with Dad app, right?
Right.
Right.
That would just hand that off and well,
right. You know what the Fishing with Dad app would look like?
What would it look like?
Angry Birds. So the kids will play Angry Birds in the back of the boat while I fish. Perfect.
Just there you go. I'm looking forward to the upgrades that they're going to do to this app, which are Grandpa's Smell-O-Vision.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have that old man smell.
Oh, and when I was a kid section,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had to cast uphill both ways with no shoes.
Yeah. Or the Inappropriate Grandpa edition.
Yeah, oh, she's a looker, isn't she? Grandpa, she's 12,
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, does this spot look cancerous to you?
Oh, yeah. I just sharted again.
So, you too can have this app now for free. Go figure. Fishing with Grandpa.
Wow. You know what?
What?
I think we need to download it and test it.
We do need
because if it's free, right?
It is free, so it doesn't cost us anything.
Yeah, Fishing with Grandpa. Let's do it. And Fish Nerd Nation, I think all of you should download Fishing with Grandpa, the app, for free, and visit the Fish Nerds podcast group on Facebook and share your feelings on the Fishing with Grandpa app, because it might be really great.
That's true.
We might be making fun of it prematurely.
I doubt it, but no, you are right.
Yeah, let's give him a chance.
All right. And now there's also some other fish in the news. And I'm looking through. Here, we're going to mark this. Mark. All right. So this part is from Martin Birch of Fly Fishing Fanatics. Okay?
Okay. Everyone's a fishing fanatic of some sort.
They are, and they just like the alliteration, I think. But, and he writes, these 5 bad habits will keep you from catching the fish you deserve. You deserve.
Oh, I'm curious of these 5 bad habits, how they match up with our #1 fishing tips we've gotten all day here at the Expo.
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, are the antithesis of our tips we've been getting? Let's hear it.
Okay, so Kyle says, #1, they cast first and look second. So the idea is that he started with this reason because people just run up and start fishing and not sort of survey the land.
Right.
The water.
Do you survey or do you fish?
I actually like to look, and figure out if I see bubbles or something like that. So anyway,
we're at the Rockingham Fishing Hunting Expo here in Salem, and there is all kinds of action here while we're trying to. Sorry. We're recording you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you're famous now.
Yeah,
Hey, what's your name, by the way?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, what's your #1 fishing tip? Jeremy, by the way, is the strongest security guard they have here at the Rockingham Fishing Hunting Expo, which means anyone can get in if they try hard enough.
#1 fishing tip is just be dedicated. You got to go out and you're not always going to do well fishing a spot for the first time, but just keep at it, keep trying new baits, different baits.
Let me ask you this: when you approach new water, do you survey the spot or do you fish right away?
I usually fish right away.
#1 fishing error you can make. We just learned this.
Really?
Yeah. That's the piece we're doing right now. So that's
we're doing a news piece, and the guy says the biggest mistake people make is start fishing instead of stop and look.
Yeah. So you know what? Slow down, man.
Slow it down. That's my one issue then.
Yeah. All right. Well,
all right.
Very good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. So we added Jeremy in there. So let me look at the other one. They don't watch the bubbles.
You were just talking about bubbles.
Isn't that weird?
Do fish make bubbles?
Carp
do, right?
If you've never paid attention before the speed of the bubbles on the speed, to the speed of the bubbles on the surface versus the speed of your indicator when nymphing.
I don't know what any of those words mean altogether. Like individually, I know what each word means, but when you put them together in a sentence, I don't know what you're saying.
It has something to do with the float indicator, which is a bobber for those folks that aren't fly fishing snobs. Floating slower in the water than the bubbles are on the surface. And
what are the bubbles?
I think if you're fishing in a like a riffle area and there's bubbles being generated.
All right, I think because bubbles where I come from, like when kids draw cartoons of fish breathing, there's bubbles coming out of their mouth.
Right, or when Grandpa's fishing and he makes bubbles.
Yes, Grandpa made a bubble.
So anyway, yeah, that had to do with. I guess this article is in the fly fishing thing, so that's where we get.
I have to learn a new language because I am going to fly fish more this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't believe me.
The other big thing is number 3. Don't set the hook. You don't set the hook.
What do you do with the hook?
I guess people just kind of don't set the hook. Don't give the little snap jerk.
Oh, so not setting the hook is the mistake.
Right.
You didn't say don't set the hook.
I said they don't.
They don't. Okay, I'm like, okay, why wouldn't you set the hook? I get it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
I would agree with that. It's a mistake.
Yeah, people don't set the hook.
Yeah.
Number 4, they stand where they should be fishing.
They're standing on top of the fish.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've done that, yeah.
And especially coupled with the not looking before you start fishing, people slog out.
Yeah, I've sometimes cast it from like 7 or 8 feet from the water's edge.
I've done that too.
Yeah, just to see what's there.
I know, because a lot of times the fishing spot is a little cleared out. People are throwing bait in the water. They're doing stuff. So fish actually congregate at the shore, and as soon as you walk up, they take off.
And or they stay there and you cast right over them.
That's true. Yeah. So that was a good one. All right, Keith, we believe that. And number 5, they don't cover water. Whether I'm talking to customers in the shop or witnessing it firsthand in the river, this is another concept that I know a lot of anglers can improve on. They don't move around enough, basically.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's so hard because you find a comfortable spot where you can cast easy, you want to fish a lot. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
I'm Aunt Molly.
Molly, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What's the number 1 best fishing tip you can give us?
Yeah. You use
worms. Say use worms.
You worms.
Worms are great. I agree with that. Give Molly a sticker. That's cool. Molly, we're the Fish Nerds. We do a weekly podcast called the Fish Nerds Podcast. You are not allowed to listen to it because people say bad words, but your dad should totally listen to it, okay? Congratulations. Nice job. Good to meet you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye again.
Bye.
So, fishnerds.com, we're at the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo, and we're so lucky because we get to hang out with superfan Ryan Dubé, whose name we've said wrong 10,000 times on the show. Ryan, thank you, by the way, for all the support for Fish Nerds over the years, and we're so happy that you came to hang out with us. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Good to see you. So we were talking off-air a minute ago. You're staying home, Dad.
Yep.
Where are you from?
Westport, Massachusetts.
Westport, Massachusetts. And you say all you do is hang around, listen to podcasts all day.
Yes, that's true.
So, Fish Nerds being obviously your favorite, what other podcasts do you listen to?
Well, for outdoors podcasts, I'm always listening to HB Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast because when I'm not fishing, I'm hunting.
Right.
So that's a great podcast. There's the Meat Eater podcast with Steve Ranella. That's an awesome podcast.
Meat Eater, huh? Sounds very masculine.
Oh, very much. He just eats all sorts of random stuff, kills it and eats it all day long.
That's great. All from hearing about other podcasts. And so, hey, how about non-fish podcasts or non-hunting podcasts?
Then it's the basic ones like Stuff You Should Know, Serial, which everybody on the planet listens to. What else do I listen to?
I just found a brand new one today. I'm going to tell you about it because they did a fish episode with Steve Marconi, the comedian we had on. So he sent us a message about a new WBR podcast that has experts on and comedians on. It's called You're the Expert. And they have a panel of comedians who have to guess what the expert is. It's like a quiz show.
I've heard that one,
and
yes.
it's great.
Yeah.
I was laughing like so hard this morning. So you're the expert. Just found out this morning.
All of the public radio podcasts are great, like the Moth and all the ones that come out of them. They've really handled podcasts extremely well.
They're really kind of the pros at it. Now, it's interesting because we've had feedback on our show that assumes that outdoor people don't listen to NPR podcasts, and I couldn't. I want to make sure we address that. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I am, much further right than most of the NPR listeners, to say the least, but I enjoy, anywhere where information comes from, I'll take it,
Good storytelling, good storytelling, right? Yeah.
I mean, This American Life, that sort of stuff, I listen to that stuff. Excited to see every one of those podcasts come out,
Yeah. I'm going to read this. New England PVA, NEPVA.org. Tell us what that is.
It's the New England Paralyzed Veterans Bass Trail, and we provide free bass fishing tournaments to paralyzed veterans and disabled, as well as meals and lodging for their families that accompany them to our events.
And the people who take them fishing are all volunteers, and they're all giving back. Yeah.
There's no barrier whatsoever. Even if you're in a power wheelchair, we have ramps. We'll get you on a pontoon boat.
Sweet, that's awesome. That's a great service you do. That's really cool. Hey, we've been asking everyone who visits today, what's the number one secret in fishing?
Don't tell your spot.
Keep your secrets close, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. When's your next big tournament?
It is first Saturday in June at the Newton Yacht Club on Charles River.
Cool.
And then September 10th, Lake Winnipesaukee, Moulton Borough, Camp Robindale. And then we're back up to Camp Pine Tree on North Pond, first weekend in October.
Perfect. And you're on Facebook, and you share your stuff on our page all the time.
I
and
do.
of course, we
And I
always
share
share it
yours,
out.
too. Great stuff.
So people want to follow up and figure out how they can support you. They can just find you on Facebook or go to nepva.org and look you up there, right?
Well, NEPVA Bass Trail on Facebook. And we're supported solely on sponsors, donations, and fundraising.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, Lori, I have a question. I'm Dave.
Sure.
Hi.
Okay.
What got you into this stuff?
I worked with veterans most of my life, and I worked with one of the Nam Knights, who it's a motorcycle organization that is our manpower, lifting all of our fellas in and out of the boats and volunteer their time. And he pretty much said to me one day, you need to volunteer with us. And 14 years later, I'm on the board of directors and attend the shows and just love it. The minute you see someone who can't get out on the water and fish and you make that happen, it's awesome.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, and I would encourage all our listeners that they ought to try to volunteer at least once and maybe some catches.
Pardon the cliche, but once you do, you're hooked.
Yeah, there you go.
We're hanging out here at the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo. I'm hanging out with Dan from Yellow
Man's Fishing Equipment.
Yellow Man's Fishing Equipment. Dan's in startup mode.
Yes.
Right? Dan, you just started this business.
Yep.
What's your job that pays the rent?
What's rent?
Do you live with your parents still?
Yeah.
Yeah, smart. One of the best business moves anyone can make is not having other bills.
Right.
So living at home probably is a good move.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, in my spare time, so I'm a chef by trade.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I make some really good food. But right now, there's more money in pizza delivery than anything else. So, believe it or not. So, make sure you tip your pizza delivery drivers, guys.
I'll tell you this true story. So when I was teaching in Lawrence, Massachusetts, I lived in Derry, New Hampshire, and I worked at Domino's Pizza at night, moonlighting as a pizza guy. And you're right, delivering pizza is a great part-time job, pays fabulously, it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun, you get tips. But here's a problem. Winter was fine.
Right.
Right, delivering at night was fine. Summertime or springtime when it starts being light till like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
And you're driving past Beaver Lake and you're seeing the fish rising.
Oh, I've been there.
Well, so this is 100% true story. So I'm delivering pizzas one night. I drive past Beaver Lake and I see fish rise. and I pull over. I got my Domino's sign in the window, and I walk down to the lake, and I'm just going to make a couple of casts, right?
Yep.
Just because I'm there, I got my rod in the car. I know I'm in the middle of delivery, but I'm in plenty of time, you know. The delivery's right on the street. And then I make a couple of casts, right? And then another car pulls in next to my car with a Domino's sign on it. It's my boss.
Ooh.
He gets out of his car, opens my car, takes the pizza out, puts him in the front seat of his car, takes the big Domino's sign off of my car and puts it in his car, and he drives away.
Ooh.
I never went back. Like, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, so be careful.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, not yet.
No, see, in my break, so I get an hour-long break during the day because I don't do the 2 15s and the half hour that everybody's supposed to get. I take it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
So I end up getting an hour break, right? Typically about 2, 3 o'clock. And that's when I go and I take my break and I go fishing right at the pond that's actually right around the corner from the shop.
Perfect.
So, I mean, there's been days where I've been 10, 15 minutes late getting back to work, but it is what it is. So,
Good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Yellow Man.
All
in
right.
Startup mode. What's your business model? Like, what's your plan?
all right, so the
Are
plan...
you doing random, like, here's some cool stuff, or do you have a solid, like, here's what I'm doing?
So, I'm doing a little bit of both.
Mhm.
Like, I have one thing that I'm really, really thinking on and going heavy into, and that's my ice fishing sled.
Right.
So, it's based around Indian Hill ice traps. All right. It will fit 6 nor'easters. It's 2 trays. The trays are fully removable.
Let's stop for 2 seconds.
All right.
Most people don't know what Indian Hill is, and most people don't know what nor'easter is. We have a worldwide audience.
Okay.
We're not just all here at Rockingham. So,
Okay.
quickly, what are those things?
All right, so Indian Hill is an ice fishing trap maker. He's located in Worcester, Massachusetts,
Michael DeVillers.
and Michael DeVillers is the owner of the company. The Nor'easter incorporates both
I'm going to help you.
Okay.
It's an ice fishing trap that you put a fishing rod in. When the
Right.
flag pops, you pick your rod up and reel the fish in, right?
Right,
It's
exactly.
So it allows you to still fight a fish by hand, even though you're using a fishing trap.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's one of my favorite traps, and I mean, I love them.
Yeah.
So,
and the fish nerds will take credit for you liking those things.
yeah, yeah. I got my first one from them, so I can't complain, you know.
Cool.
I'm very appreciative of it, and I love it. I get a lot of use out of it.
Good.
So.
And so you created this ice fishing sled to hold all these cool things, and we saw it, and we'll share it on our Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got them selling at $300 a piece.
Yep.
Which is for the amount of time, energy you put in, and material costs.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth it.
They take 30 hours to make, so I
Right.
mean, they're not built cheaply, and you know, everything is made by hand. So
Good, Dan. And where can people find your stuff? Are you online?
no, right now I have a Facebook page.
Yep. Share that on the Fish Nerds page, and they will pick it up from there for you. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
We got Jack and Dennis and Lenny from Daddy Mac Lures here today. For those who don't know, Daddy Mac Lures has been friends with the Fish Nerds now for a few years.
Sure.
And have taken good care of us, been good friends to us on the show, and we're always happy to see them wherever we go. And 2 weeks we're going to be ice fishing
can't wait.
together out on Lake Winnipesaukee. Do you have, Jack, do you have a special lure you're going to use that day?
I am going to be using the Elite Ice jig from Daddy Mac Lures.
It's good that you're using Daddy Mac. I'm going to adjust this microphone real quick.
Also, I'm sure we'll be using some clam drop jigs.
Of course, because you're fishing with Tim.
Sure. Well, not only that, they work.
Because, well, you know, a jig working is the best reason to use it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Dennis, we every time we talk about Daddy Mac, we talk about the Daddy Mac logo, and my daughter hates it. she her biggest problem, first of all, is mermaids are supposed to be attractive, and the other problem is your merman's hands are fins. Can you explain that to me?
They just kind of morphed me into a fish, half man.
Yeah. How do you light your cigar?
Yeah, well,
is the question.
That's a very good question.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, so I think it's in real trouble.
You can tell not much thought went into it.
Right. Not to mention you live in the water, cigars don't work so good.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but Jack's always very good at just because it's kind of a weird thing, we remember it, and that's
right.
really critical for a logo. And so if you look for Daddy Mac lures, you see a weird-looking merman with a funny little jazz patch under his lip.
Exactly.
It's a mustache and the wrong lip. That's the lure you want to buy. And congratulations, by the way. I've seen these in Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Bass Pro Shops, Tackle Direct, Kittery Trading Post, Suds and Soda.
That's amazing. Now, have you looked into getting into any of like the big tackle delivery systems, like the Lucky Tackle Box or Mystery Tackle Box, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's we're trying to control expansion.
Yeah.
Based on inventory.
Okay, I'm interviewing on Thursday the owner of Lucky Tackle Box.
Oh, right.
So I could,
They have reached out to us.
Have they?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'll have my people call your people.
Oh, there you go.
We'll see.
Yep.
So, what's your big plans for 2016?
Get through show season alive. We have a grueling schedule ahead of us. 7 shows through March.
Right, and we've been talking about this weekend about what it means to be successful in the fishing industry.
Sure.
And what we found is success is hard to define, right? So, Jack, do you do this for a living? Is this how you pay your mortgage?
No.
So great big company like Daddy Mac Lures, we're in Bass Pro Shops.
Sure.
And you're not making a living.
No.
Why the hell are you doing this?
Jack requires about $300,000 a year. that's the main holdup right now.
I'm the spender in this business.
Yeah,
and
someone's going to be frugal, and I'm the frugal one.
Yeah, it's a good yin and yang.
All right, so Dennis, are you retired from real life?
I did. I retired.
So just so you know, the listeners can't tell, but Dennis is sitting down next to me because he can't stand for long periods of time. His advanced age. So what did you do before this?
High-end appliance sales.
High-end appliance sales.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
That you can make a living with.
Wolf, Viking,
Yeah.
Like that gig and all.
Yeah.
And I retired at 60 years old. Actually, I got laid off.
Oh.
And I was going to retire.
Funny how retirement works.
Yeah. So when I got laid off, we decided.
I got fired. Retired.
So we actually decided to just do some more fishing, and that's how this evolved. We didn't go into it as a business. We had no intention of starting a business.
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah, we just made lures for ourselves, to fish ourselves. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And the word got out. And next thing we're making 15 a week, 20 a week, and giving away 10 a week.
Yeah.
So one tackle shop decided that they liked them and wanted to try them, and took off from there.
What was the first tackle shop?
Belson Bait and Tackle in Situate, Mass.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The first time I saw your stuff was in Suds and Soda.
Sure.
Tim Moore showed me
Yeah.
when he showed me the custom stuff you guys did, the Whisperer. Excuse me one second. Which, by the way, I've caught all kinds of cool fish on. Tim Moore Whisperers.
I think we're up to 22 species on that.
Yeah, I'd
From
be shocked.
saltwater, fresh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if every kind of fish who could fit it in their mouth would need it.
Yeah.
I would love to see those down half the size.
Oh, it's funny because we're going in the other direction.
Right.
We're going bigger
Right.
for the striped bass.
Yeah, see, I'm a freshwater guy. So,
Yeah.
But I always go gear small. But that's
Sure.
So you're not making a living at this. You're a full-time job, Jack. But that's because you have a high-end, high-class lifestyle.
Yeah, no, it's with this business we're building a brand.
Yeah.
It's not about lure sales. We're in a growth period, and it takes money to grow the business.
Sure.
And every dime goes back into it right now.
Sure. And how are you going to know when you're successful? What does success look like for a fishing lure company?
Basically when we're able to maintain inventory, we do have a lot of profit built into our lures that, once we have an achievable inventory to supply the demand, we'll be able to take that profit out of the business.
Do you have a business timeline? You've been in how many years? 2 years so far? 3 years?
Yeah, we do the timeline, but we keep blowing it away. We have a complete business plan, and Bass Pro was year 5, and
Right.
the second year we were doing this, we were already in Bass Pro.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, no, it's been great. We're loving it.
I just want to say, first of all, congratulations on all your success, and I get so jazzed to see your stuff in the store because I feel like, part of our community is doing something
sure.
right.
And you guys have been a huge help in that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a kind of reciprocation on this one.
Yeah.
So, but just to see people successful and winning, is great. And we'll hear more from Daddy Mac in 2 weeks live from the ice when we do our live show.
Absolutely.
There. Dennis, you want to add anything?
No. Like I said, we didn't start it as a business. We started Meltdown Tire Weights. That's how we started the business.
That's perfect.
It sounds crazy, but that's how it was. And then we shoveled shells out of shotgun ranges.
Shoveled shells, not shit. Right?
That's right.
And then we melted it down.
Yeah. I said shit.
We melted down that, and we got.
Letty liked that word. Right? Yeah.
It's, we're just progressing, but we're growing so fast now, it's hard to keep up with it. Inventory is just,
Sounds like a good problem to have. So
Yes,
congratulations.
not complaining.
And my favorite lure, because of the trip I did this fall, is the false albacore lures you guys
Sure,
have.
yep.
The Vipers were, before that, the Viper was my favorite, but now it's the false albacore. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some exciting stuff we're working on, too.
Yeah, and you guys gave me that eel lure.
The 6-inch eel.
I can't wait to break that thing.
Yeah.
Fabulous. It's
Yep.
a lot of fun. Good.
Great.
Nice job, guys. DaddyMacLures.com.
Yes, DaddyMacLures.com.
And Facebook's a great place to interact with Daddy
Sure.
Mac.
Yep.
If you catch fish with our lures, send pictures with the lure in the mouth.
We get a lot of pictures with just the fish.
Right.
No lure.
Right. I feel the same way. Whenever I see a picture, first of all, that has the Fish Nerds logo in the back, like my hair stand up. I'm sure you get that same feeling when you see
Sure.
a viper hang out of a fish's mouth. You're like, I totally win.
You know what's great about these shows, too, is you get the feedback that we don't get. We sell lures and we don't hear from anybody, but I can't tell you how many people came up to us and said, you know how many fish I've caught in your lure? And it's, that reassurance that we have a good product, and it's great to hear it.
That's why we do the live stuff. Otherwise, why we
exactly.
sell them on Amazon all day.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
Put a face to the company, too.
Exactly. Make some real people. So good. Nice work, guys. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
We're still at the Rockingham Hunting and Fishing Expo.
Still
it's almost done. We've been here for 2 days. It's going on 4 o'clock here on Sunday. It's probably our last bit we do.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and we're here with Ben, which is not your real name. What is your real name?
My real name is Benoit, and my last name is Vanuanov.
Vanuanov.
Yeah, you do good.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Yeah, where are you from, Ben?
I'm from Belgium.
Belgium. Accent, I was guessing New Jersey, but...
No, French accent.
Yeah,
cool.
very good.
You speak French?
Yeah.
So he's friends with your friend.
Vero, you know Vero?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she did our intro yesterday. I've known Vero for a long time. She's working with my wife.
The ice fishing woman.
Yes, exactly, and can kill things.
Oh, yeah. More than us.
Yeah. So what we don't have to talk very long, but what struck me, your company's called Eurotackle.
Yeah.
What's your website?
My website is www.eurotackle.net.
Eurotackle.net. We'll put a link up on the Fish Nerds page. And the reason we're talking to you, and the reason we're interested in, is we came across your little mummified waxworms.
Yeah.
So we have these little packages, little tiny packages of waxworms that are like brightly colored, yellow, red, blue.
And I want to say the orange ones don't taste like orange.
Oh, they don't taste like anything. That's really weird.
Yes. So what is the story behind these?
This is a guy in France that make that.
Really?
So he mummified the waxworm, so they are not alive anymore, of course.
Not
but
yet.
They keep
so the curse of the mummified waxworm comes up.
Yeah. I don't want to see that. But they keep all the natural characteristics during 2 years if it's in cold temperature, or 1 year on the shelf.
That's a very important point, because the reason I bought these is I fish with waxworms. It's my favorite ice fishing bait. But I leave them in my pockets, they freeze, they get really weird.
Yeah.
If I leave these in my car, fine?
Perfect.
In the cold weather?
Perfect.
In the hot weather, bad though?
Not bad. I mean, if it's just one summer and you leave them in your car, they're not going to turn bad. If it's 2-3 summer, they can dry a little bit.
Yeah.
But still, I have some boxes since 5 years that you can see they dry a little bit, but not too much.
And you catch lots of fish with it?
Oh, yeah, I use them a lot. Ice fishing on small tungsten jigs, that's what I like to do. But mostly trout fishing, that's what I love.
Mm-hmm.
But here in America, it's mostly for ice fishing that people use that bait.
Now, so you fished in Belgium? Belgium?
Yes.
Belgium?
Yeah, Belgium.
That's a place.
Small place.
Yeah. How is fishing different there than it is here?
Here, people make more effort to bring fishing available for everybody. I mean, there is access for handicap, a lot of activities for kids. There is a lot of fish that people put in the water. In Belgium, they don't do anything.
Really?
You pay a fishing license, $10, €10, and you can do nothing because there is no fish. It's pollution, no access, a lot of restriction.
Yeah.
So nobody fishes there. Everybody goes in France or in Netherlands, in Germany to fish.
Yeah.
And that's it. Fishing is dying in Belgium. It's sad. Here, everybody is down for people to go fishing. That's what I think, and that's what I like.
Yeah. Did you move here just for the fishing?
No, I moved here for a woman.
Oh, of course.
The international language.
Oh yeah.
Well, very good. Smart man. Smart decision.
Maybe. Now, we're going to be asking everybody a few things. Because we're here, we're all trying to, eke out a little bit of a fishing living in the industry. Do you make a full-time living in the fishing industry?
Since 2 months, I decided to do that. Yes.
For the last 2 months?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good, especially in the winter because I have a lot of ice fishing product. But I'm starting a collection of bass fishing product too, to make it happen and to live on it for all year round.
Yeah, and I love the idea of the European angle because I went over to your table and all your jigs and all your little lures.
Did you see the swim bait?
Yeah, they all look very different than what we're seeing.
That's Biwa. That's the top of the range product coming from France.
Yeah, really fun looking stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah, swim like a real fish, amazing color, hand painted. It's unbelievable product. I really love it.
Wow, that's good. Some of the fish that were brought from Europe, you ought to have an advantage on. So what about carp, like common carp?
Carp, I'm thinking about it. The only thing is if you want to bring bait for carp, most of the time it's boilies and there is egg in it. And to pass the customs with that, you can forget about it. But I'm still trying to find something because carp fishing is getting big here. Very big.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, if here you'd want to work with local farmers so you could have, free-range boilies.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing something similar. I'm trying to work with somebody in Washington State that is doing carp stuff, and probably something will happen during the spring.
Oh, very good. Yeah. He's left. There was a guy over there who used to be a state legislator, and he's a big carp fisherman on the Merrimack River. Yeah.
Nice. So. I have some people using the wax worm too. For carp.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
It works. In Connecticut a lot.
Where do you live these days?
I live in Connecticut, in East Hampton.
I'm sorry for that choice. There's a lot of great places you could live in this country.
I love it.
I'm just kidding.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, good. And we're going to ask you one question. We've been asking all the vendors this question. You weren't around this morning. We came around. What's your number one fishing secret?
I think it's motivation.
That's very, deep. Especially with the accent. It was very
European.
Yeah, almost philosophical.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Motivation.
Don't have to be afraid to go and be scared. Just go back and you will have a good day.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for coming
on
the
show. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. So that is it.
That's it. Yeah, boy, we're at the end of the day here at the Rockingham Fishing Hunting Expo, the second day, and we're fried.
We are fried, and I actually had to go take a little nap.
I know, I'm jealous.
I guess I must be getting that age where, a little nap, a little Geritol.
I tell you, I'm going to be on the way home. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to take a nap, I think, in the car.
Yes, I highly recommend it. But anyway, thanks, listeners. You've listened to us when probably, you should have been fishing.
In this case, absolutely. We'd like to thank our families for supporting us while we do Fishing Quest. No.
You never get it right.
I don't know the words.
Anyway, special thanks to all our friends here at the Rockingham Fishing and Hunting Expo. If you're ever in the area in beautiful Salem, New Hampshire in January, come by the event. You will be amazed.
Yeah, and you'll be amazed that Dave's used the word beautiful.
Until next time.
Follow the code of the Fish Nerds. Spawn early and often.
Avoid free lunches with strings attached.
And swim against the current every chance you get.